Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or whatever time you're watching this. I much appreciate it. Today my power was out. So we were told the power was going to be out today, but then they had called like a bit later in the day saying like, oh, the power's going to be out May 3rd. So we didn't know if it was going to be, okay, are we, which sucks because May 3rd is my birthday, but is the power going out today or not? So they said it would go out at 8. So I woke up this morning, my phone was on 7% because I forgot to plug it in, and I went, ah, shit. So I plugged it in. I was waiting, and then a bit later it was like 8:28, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Seems like we're good. Seems like they're not gonna do it." And I unplugged my phone because I'm like, I get to roll over now because I'm worried about it. Foolish. Not 3 minutes later, the power goes out. My phone's only at like 30. Luckily, I had charged my portable charger, but that was an unfortunate day. And then when the power was supposed to get back on, it got delayed for another 2 hours. I was like, oh my goodness. But I passed the time by watching Dropout and taking a nap. And really, I just ended my day with watching my artist stream, and whether my phone died or I went to sleep first. Whatever happened, happened. Anyway, the build we're going the same as yesterday, just using the classic Slaughter, Savage Sweep, Cork Mach 4, Mach 2, Flechette, Cavalcade, and then we got the Heavyweight, Smash 'em, Best Defense, Big Friendly Rock, Stomp them up, Pumped Up, Indomitable, Stomping Boots, Trample, Slam, Strike True, Batter, Bonebreaker's Aura, Attention Seeker, No Pushover, Bruiser, Get Stuck In, Frenzied Blows, Dominate, Delight Destruction, Heavy Hitter, Unstoppable, Just Getting Started, and Great Cleaver. That's the build. Let's get into a game, shall we? Alrighty, and funny enough, I was just looking at that Ogryn shirt, and I was like, it kind of goes hard. It makes Bug look like that Italian uncle you got. So I'll be the first to admit my knowledge of the Sisters of Battle is not as extensive as it would be for like the Ultramarines, or the Custodians. But I always thought Sisters Hospitaller were essentially an apothecary, right? An apothecary unit. That's how they work on the tabletop. But like, I thought in lore they were essentially like every like squad has a Hospitaller because it's like, not every squad. You know what I'm saying? This is your apothecary. They join on battlefields. They run around, do a bunch of medical work. I didn't realize there's a whole order of sisters. Like, it's like, the Order of the Bloody Rose, and you have Orders Hospitaller. And reading about them, one, they often work with Inquisitors in the torture rooms. Two, they're not very often a combat role. They can fight. They're Sisters of Battle, obviously. But when they do fight, they fight like, I was going to say demons, but they fight like angels. And apparently a lot of guardsmen fall in love with him. And look, I get it. Because apparently they're really compassionate, really kind. All I'm saying is if I was a wounded guardsman and I just got like my arm like ripped off by an orc and a Sister Hospitaller is saving me and like nursing me to health, I'm fair willing to arms. Have I read that book? No, I'm just making a Family Guy reference. Kind of just comes full circle, doesn't it? Okay, keep an eye out for the doohickeys. I missed my first rock. That's only slightly embarrassing. See, the thing is, they can spawn everywhere a stim, or they can spawn anywhere like scriptures can spawn. So, if you know the common spawns for scriptures in / Grimoires, it shouldn't be too hard. But I don't know that. Also, stuff I did today, after my power came back, obviously. Before I recorded this video, I shot off a audition to voice in a visual novel, Our Life Now Trevor. I auditioned to voice a 15-year-old boy. And I think I did okay. Even if I don't get it, I'm just glad I did it, because it's, I've always expressed an interest for voice acting, and actually shooting off an audition to one is the first step, right? And if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I do plan on auditioning for a few roles in that visual novel, because I think there is a voice that's going to come later on, a casting call that's going to fit me a lot more, and it is a, like, around 70-year-old German guy. And not like, It's German, like German-American guy. So I feel like I can do a German-American pretty good, considering, you know, I am one. I got Irish in me, German in me. I think a little Italian in me somewhere. I don't. I've asked this question many times. I've gotten different answers each time. So I definitely got Irish in me. Definitely got German in me. Which is, you know, fun fact, most white people have German in them. At least in America. Okay. They're little pick-upables. Bog knows how to cook. Literally confirmed. Bog, I think Bog obviously likes his meat a little rarer. Not a medium. He's just much more of a rare kind of guy. I mean, he won't say no to any cut of meat, really. Like, well done. But he doesn't like well done. Gets stuck in his teeth. Much prefers a rare. He likes a blue occasionally, you know what I'm saying? A blue steak. If you don't know the blue steak, that's literally like a spit away from rare. It's like a fancy way to eat meat or whatever. Now, does he like it because he's fancy? No, it's just because it tastes good.
Front and center.
Huh. Got him.
Kill that poxbuster!
I'm losing my mind. You're telling me this isn't changed at all? Have I officially lost it? I don't remember these little nooks and crannies being here. I don't remember this being so thick. I hate that you didn't explode. Anyway, so me losing my mind aside, there was a big post on Twitter trending that said, what would you rather run against, since there's some discussion about Predator Badlands coming out, because obviously there's a new Predator coming out, so that people are talking about it as they do. There's discussion of, would you rather, like, have to, like, I can't remember the site. Would you rather encounter a predator or a alien, xenomorph or a yacha? The answer, obviously, is predator. Because one, if you don't make yourself a threat, the predator will simply ignore your ass. Where are these little radios, man? I can't shoot over there because there's a demon lady. Well, help my boy out. You ain't going down on my watch, lad. We'll kill him. Just start swinging on him, boy. You got toughness. Easy. Not even a problem. I got ya, pal. Alrighty. Because obviously, you know, if you're not a threat, the Predator won't go after you, because the Predator are here to fight, not here to just kill willy-nilly. And obviously, an alien, if you even breathe within the, like, 5 rooms of them, they've already, like, sniffed you out, and you're done for, buddy. Rest in peace. Now, to engage with it in a critical level, and, you know, not to, like, pedanticize the prompt, I think, let's look at it. One, the Predator, they're both pretty brutal, right? None of them are, like, it's going to be a quick death either way, right? Because they're just trying to kill you. So that we have that benefit going for us. However, we with the Predator, we have to deal with advanced technology, cloaking, stuff like that, right? And assuming that we have access to modern-day firearms, we're honestly, like, you know, we're not too bad ourselves. So, with honest, like, okay, let's think about it. In terms of speed, Xenomorph probably got the Predator beat. Sorry. Right? And also, the Xenomorph can crawl into vents and shit and be like, oh, gross, and hide. Stealth. It's a stealth Predator. Stealth pursuit Predator. I mean, they both are, but the alien is literally, in the sense of the word, a stealth pursuit Predator. An ambush Predator, one might say. Actually, no. Stealth ambush versus stealth pursuit. That's the correct description. The Predator has the ability to go invisible. The alien does not. Or the Xenomorph does not. So we don't have to worry about invisibility if we choose the Xenomorph. However, we still have to deal with its impressive camouflaging skills on just innate to its nature. Okay? It varies on the type of Predator we're going against, because obviously some of them have like different quirks or whatever, but we're just assuming 1980s Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? That's what we're going against. We have ways to hide ourselves from the Predator, or the Predator, who find themselves sometimes a little over-reliant on their technology. In fact, it's many of their downfalls in many of their films. Is they're bested by their own technology. So humans have been able to beat them, even one so, I don't want to say primitive because like it's rude, but they got beat by a Native American. So, that being said, that Predator wasn't exactly known for being the smartest. However, so over-reliance on technology that we can abuse, using stuff like mud to hide ourselves, even like if we can get their, you know, they often fall for traps because some of them are a little more like egotistical to them. So we have things we can abuse in a Predator's brain to help us win this, right? So that's something to consider. The Predator, however, is still smarter than the alien generally, because the alien is more animalistic, unless there's some alien lore that I don't know, that they're all PhDs at Harvard. We just have, essentially, I'm going to compare the mind of an alien probably to like a panther or a tiger or something, right? Similar, you know, something that's going to sneak up on you and run you down. However, with that, it's going to be a lot harder to trick the Xenomorph. Because it's not, you know, even if we cover ourselves in mud, it's probably going to figure us out that we're there. Because it doesn't have to, you know, it's not one to be over-reliant on technology. Because it's an alien, a predator. It's getting confusing. It's a ambush predator. It's an animalistic beast, right? That being said, the advantages we have over the alien is that, in fact, because it is so animalistic, we can obviously rely on its animalistic instincts. Fire, bad. You know, weapons, bad. Don't get shot, right? They're not bulletproof. However, they're incredibly fast. So shooting them, that's the hard part, is shooting them. But if we shoot them, you know, we don't have to shoot them that much. Both of them have acid attacks, so that's not fun, right? Be it acidic, well, they both have acidic blood. Obviously, the Xenomorph has direct acid attacks. I think so does the Predator, but obviously they would rather just, like, explode me with missiles. And I think when it, to aliens, I hear something. I heard a noise. But where did you see that dog fucking fly? That was insane. I'm gonna go put the scanny thing on here. Also, I heard a noise. I don't know if that was the new enemy or something, or well, you know, a radio off. Not really a new enemy.
This is Hadron. Data stream.
I don't know. Small. The Predator's resilience is a lot higher than the aliens when it comes to firearms. So that's something to be considered. If I have my 38 snub-nose revolver, if I don't get a headshot, you know, or like a fatal blow with my gun, I'm probably not gonna live very long. But if I get a good shot with my gun on the xenomorph, it'll more than likely flee unless it's like right in my face, right? Because once again, we're abusing the animalistic thing of avoiding pain, right? The Predators have a sentience level high enough to deal with pain and continue on with it. So I think at the end of the day, if I am equipped to fight one of these things, I think this might sound foolish to some, and I'm aware that it's a battle I'm not likely to win. I feel like I have a higher chance of beating... Man, it's because they both have things that we can exploit. Overreliance on technology, animalistic instincts. Ouch. Jesus. And they both have their strength. Obviously, Predator being more durable, more of a thinker, less of a, instinctual Predator. I think, honestly, I have to choose. In my head, I'm running the simulations. I feel like Xenomorph is my best bet. I'm gonna be real. Simply for the fact they don't have to deal with something that is necessarily smarter than me. Right? I'm not saying that the Xenomorphs aren't smart. They're incredibly smart monsters. That's the whole reason why the Predators made them. But even so, I still think I have a better chance at beating a Xenomorph than a Predator. And what I would want for my equipment is a weapon that's easy to handle. So, M16, maybe not a revolver, because obviously the whole thing of... Although maybe actually you would want a revolver, because some that has like a bit of oomph to it, and revolvers tend to have quite a bit of oomph to it. Or it's just any firearm that's got like that is like a high power firearm. So like be it like a Desert Eagle, or like a high caliber revolver, or something of the like. Where are the freaking radios, man? Stereos. Heretical Idol. And obviously, like, flame. Something that produces fire. Like loud noises, anything like that. Because, ow. But like, if I don't get to choose my equipment, then I guess probably a Predator, because that way at least I can like maybe... I don't have to worry, you know, like he's probably gonna like play with me a little bit, so I have time to actually maybe like think of a way out. Yeah. So like M16, some sort of high caliber firearm, sidearm. And ideally, the whole like way you do it is you try to bait the alien out, right? Be it with an animal of some sort, maybe it would fall for that, maybe it wouldn't. Noise traps, obviously we've seen noise traps work on them before. So you like set up some sort of noise maker, it comes out, you light that motherfucker up. I guess actually, how does the alien see? Because it doesn't have eyes. Is it blind and goes only off noise? Does it have like heat vision somehow? Because if so, that brings a whole new level of it. But assuming that they're blind. I'm thinking, trying to remember. Where's my phone? To Google. Are xenomorph blind? Well, xenomorphs appear to have empty eye sockets, and otherwise they're not entirely blind. Aliens such as small hidden eyes, possibly in the carapace, possibly use echolocation, and pheromone detection for navigation. Okay, so I cover myself in deer piss. Easy. It's like, once again, you. That number went up. Did me killing him it make number go up? I think me killing it made it number go up. Huge day. I wonder what would have happened if that guy like was doing. I don't know if that guy was doing something or whatever, or he was just making a noise to identify himself as a new bad guy or whatever. That's the first time of me seeing one of those enemies.
Since I signed up for Hereticus Detail, I sure do miss fighting Xenos.
What fight is good fight? Don't care against what? Them skin. Pointy end is swift.
The fact that the Ogryn in this game has confirmed to have fought Eldari and survived says a lot. I know that our rejects are kind of like goated with the sauce. I think the veteran even said they had fought Chaos Space Marines at some point. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm mixing. Well, Morrow definitely has, but obviously that's not our guardsman. Since Morrow was on the first Warform again, which was War Leaders. But back to what I was saying, yeah, I feel like just the alien is just a lot easier to manipulate in a way that is beneficial to me using tactics that I know. Like, so if they use pheromone detection and scent, I cover myself in some sort of grease, piss, oil, anything like that. Like in Jurassic World, when Chris Pratt's character covers himself in oil, or gasoline or whatever, to hide from the, I can't remember if it was the T-Rex and the Indominus Rex that he was hiding from. He was hiding from a big dinosaur. So I could use strategies like that, more than likely. And then, like, you know, they're not bulletproof. They're not smart enough to be like, okay, I got shot once, just keep running. I fall. Just something to think about, I guess. Alright. Got him. Excuse me, pardon me. Just gonna speed on past you. There's a dog there. Oh, damn. Also, apparently the Guilty Gear anime is out, and I haven't watched it yet. I plan on watching it, probably when it's fully out. But Bridget was in one of the episodes, and she literally turned to the camera and said, "Hello, I am transgender." And people are still being like, no, actually, this confirms that she's not transgender. They walked it back. This is like, what's with the cult, man? At least just be honest with us. Just say you hate trans people. Because at least the honesty is a little less pathetic. Instead of playing these games of, actually, her saying that she's transgender is a mockery. She's making fun of the woke people that play Guilty Gear. Like, buddy, woke people that play Guilty Gear. Buddy, the woke is the Guilty Gear. Anyway, I like Biken. She's my favorite Guilty Gear character. Because she is my wife, obviously. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's Anji's wife. I almost called him Azu. I'm like, that's not right. Anji Mitu, that's his wife. That's his wife, bro. I can't do that to my homie. Actually, more like Anji's Biken's wife. Ow. I'm getting that name right? I'm pretty sure I am. The guy with the fans is Anji Mito, right? That guy whooped my ass many a times when I played Guilty Gear. Mostly because I didn't know what I was doing. I'm very bad at fighting games, but I do like them. That being said, beyond Injustice and Injustice 2, Guilty Gear was my first fighting game. I played Bane in Injustice 2, and I asked my buddy, who is a really, really good Guilty Gear player, I said, hey, I'm not really fucking with Potemkin, since I'm usually a grappler player. What character would you best describe as, kind of Bane-ish? And he's like, oh, that's easily Biken, my boy. I was like, alright, bet. And turns out, she kind of is. She just beats the shit out of you. She's got a lot of juggling. She just beats the shit out of you. She's got counters. Well, Bane didn't have a counter, but he could obviously armor through you with Venom. I greatly enjoyed Biken. Yeah, Anji Mito, okay. Yeah, Anji Mito is Biken's wife, and Delilah is Biken's daughter. I also like Sin Kisuke. I never played him, but I do just like his vibe. Just seems like a cool guy. Nice. Ooh, almost missed. Alright, let's make eggs and scramble. There. Nice. Ooh-wee mama. Oh, my neck's gonna pop. Stretching. Bones. Everything hurts. Yowie. This is when two boys kiss. Alrighty, well, if you made this fun video, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, or don't. I am not your mother. Which better brush teeth. Now have a good one. Bye-bye.